we just want to take the first few minutes and introduce some staff changes. Happy to report and announce that on June 1st, I appointed Jim Nix as the Assistant Director of the Regulation and the Enforcement Operations Division. Jim, who's joining us virtually today, I'm sure you're seen and aware that he has been with the Commission now for about 6.5 years. He has most recently served in the role of Interim Assistant Director, and then for the last 6 years served as the agent in charge of the Regulation and Enforcement Unit. And prior to starting with us, he spent over 30 years with the Spokane Police Department and served in various leadership roles, to include finishing up the last 6 years as the Assistant Chief. So just really thrilled to have Jim in this role. And Jim, do you want to say anything? Put you on the spot.
I thank you for your trust in having me step into this role, and hopefully I'll stand up to the fine standards that my predecessor, Gary Drumheller, did. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. And then another staffing update, Deputy Director Gary Drumheller has decided that he is going to retire. I'm struggling with those words. He's giving me a long time to process this decision. So he anticipates retiring on June 1st. I'm still trying to work on that date, so that's why I use the words anticipate, but I think he has different ideas. But he does want to spend more time with his family and grandchildren and embark on new adventures. So this is going to leave a big gap, because Gary has been with the agency for over 33 years. And so he has given us the benefit of time, right? And so knowing that he is going to be leaving in June, we have begun the process. We're going to do a request for proposal for recruitment. We're going to do outside recruitment agency to go through this recruitment process. One, it will help us with the other recruitments that we have ongoing right now and need to get started on, as well as timing. So the sooner we can get going on this and have a good applicant pool, we're excited for that, because it will allow us opportunity for Gary to pass along that institutional knowledge of 33 years. Hopefully he can get that done in around 6 months. So that's what we're shooting for. Gary, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, not really. It's been a great time. I've enjoyed my time here. Great agency, and I've been able to do a lot of different things during my career. And so you just know when it's time and you're ready, and it's time and I'm ready. So.
Well, don't start packing your bags too soon, because he works here. So we got a lot of stuff for him to do, and so he is overseeing the working with our CIO in terms of overseeing the Polaris project. Thank you, Gary. And so you'll see updates on the Polaris project, as well as the Lexipol policy update in the memo. We're making progress on that. And then just also to make you aware of what happened with the Disordered Gambling Advisory Work Group, we met on June 11th and did a report on the problem gambling signage rule that went into effect on June 17th. We're continuing to work with Evergreen Council on problem gambling to finalize a contract with them to redesign the required signage. It is long overdue for an update, and so we're really looking forward to working with them to give us expertise on how best to design that signage to really provide the information that's necessary. The cost for that signage will be covered by funds provided by the Healthcare Authority through an interagency agreement that we were able to recently enter into with them. So we're very thankful for that. Also, Dolores Kieki, I think a few of you worked with her. I saw some recognition there. So she has joined the staff of Evergreen Council on Problem Gambling, and she is now a part of the work group. So it was great to see her again, and look forward to that working relationship. We also at the work group previewed a mobile app for monitoring gambling and behavioral health. So that it's kind of still in the development stage, and a few states are starting to explore using this app. So we're just in the exploration stage. The work group is. We're also the state program shared that they're starting to see an increase in their funding based on the problem gambling percentage rate that went up 2.2% of gross gambling receipts. That went into effect on July 1st of 24, and it goes to 0.26 in July of 25, and that's applicable to all commercial nonprofit organizations that make more than $50,000 a year. So they expect that increase for the fiscal year 23-25 biennium to be about $2.2 million, and how they're expecting to expend those additional funds. One, they're increasing the treatment reimbursements by anywhere from 25 to 56%. So that's a significant reimbursement increase. They're adding more treatment contracts. They've added 2 already. $250,000 will go towards prevention efforts, and they're adding an FTE, and then 50%, at least 50% of the time of that new FTE will go to focus on prevention efforts. And then lastly, they're seeking to provide additional training to certified career counselors. So that's from the Disordered Gambling Advisory Work Group. And then just a few other staff updates. We've had quite a few conferences that staff have attended recently, but also I think it's important to note that staff is called to be speakers at some of these events and conferences to share information that valuable, knowledge, skills, and abilities that they have had in their time working with the Gambling Commission. So the Gambling Regulators European Forum was in Malta in May, and this was the first time that this group of regulators invited regulators outside of Europe. And so Jennifer Lamont spoke on a panel in which she shared current challenges that regulators are facing. And so that was well received. And then the North American Gaming Regulators Association was held in Charleston, South Carolina a few weeks ago. A number of staff attended, and it's just really a great conference because it is for regulators, not only just in the United States, but also, again, from Canada and abroad. Special Agent Supervisor Bill McGregor and Special Agent Tina Antonsen spoke on a theft case that they worked on a nonprofit. It was well received, and then Jennifer Lamont. I think we shared this before, but Jennifer Lamont, the agent in charge of licensing, she has served on the board for the last 3 years of NAGRA. First as a board member as the incoming president, then current for 1 year for president, and then this last year's CAS president. She will continue to serve and as help put on the conferences as a conference committee. And so if any commissioners are interested in knowing more about that agenda, I would really encourage you love to put you in touch with Jennifer. I've gone in years past, and it is well attended by regulators, not just in terms of, line staff, but also in terms of commissioners and boards, et cetera, board members. So that is all I have for you.